Hello, YouTube! Welcome in. We are hanging out with some Steve reviews and TV shows that had shockingly dark endings. Yeah. Poor dinosaurs. Anyway, let's just get straight into it. I don't know what to expect with this, but I'm kind of interested. I've watched a lot of old shows and all that, and a lot of them vanished out off the face of the earth for no reason to me, and I don't know why. So I want to see what happened.
On this channel, I've covered my fair share of films with some seriously dark endings. I've never really looked at TV shows. You know, the ones that spend most of their time being lighthearted and fun, and then
Not the mama!
Suddenly, bam! A super dark ending that just leaves you staring at the screen like...
Oh yeah! Yeah, didn't they actually got hit by the Ice Age, and that's how they ended the show. That's rough. That is a heavy ending.
Even Don Bluth, the man who gave us the childhood trauma of a young dinosaur witnessing his mother get mauled by a T-Rex,
oh god,
once said,
yeah?
Kids can handle any amount of darkness as long as you give them a happy ending.
Very true. And honestly, it also helps them like cope with things in the world. Like you're not blocking them from the terrible parts of the world. You're showing them terrible things can happen, but as long as you keep moving forward, there will be something good that comes from it at the end of the day. You can get through the bad. You can get through to the other side of the good. You just have to keep pushing forward and roll with the punches, which we don't get that anymore. We don't get that in kids' shows anymore. They're too scared of, oh, we don't want to traumatize the kids. We don't want to scare the kids away or anything like that. Do it, because once again, you make shows that are good for people of all ages and just bring people in. Like, the last time I heard about them actually doing like a dark theme in a children's show was, I think, Centaur World. Which, yeah, it was pretty it was a pretty ridiculous series, but like the main antagonist in that series was terrifying. I can't think of anything else aside from that since then.
That's a debatable quote in on itself, but it seems that not everyone even got that memo. So today, we're going to take a look at some TV shows that unexpectedly took a dark turn right at the end. Starting with Camp Lazlo. Oh, and spoilers, obviously. Camp Lazlo was a series on Cartoon Network which focused around a group of campers and the adventures they would get up to at camp.
Man, I remember seeing a few of these episodes. I don't know anything about it except, it was just like a summer camp thing with a bunch of animal characters. I only watched a few episodes of it, maybe. Don't know much about it.
The series overall was pretty lighthearted and goofy. That is until the final episode, Lumpus's Last Stand. In this episode, it's revealed that the campers have never once washed their clothes, and with the
gross
final deadline for laundry day approaching, everyone rushes to the local laundromat to get their clothes cleaned. Everyone seems thrilled with having their uniforms smell fresh for the first time all summer, except for Scoutmaster Lumpus, who doesn't like the idea of wearing freshly clean clothes, and so decides to instead paint his clothes on directly to his skin.
You're at a frickin' camp, bud. A children's What do you mean?
Effectively walking around the camp naked with all the children. Oh, but it gets weirder, because he then tells the young campers about his new life hack and convinces the children to also do the same.
Huh?
Oh, but it gets weirder. So word of this new life hack starts to spread around, and Lumpus is held a hero for revolutionizing the clothing world. That is,
why am I not surprised?
Until it starts raining and the paint washes off.
How did that one guy manage to... Jesus. Flashbang. Sorry. How did this guy in the middle here paint on a floofy part to his jacket?
And the paint washes off. Just as everyone is about to attack Lumpus,
let's be perfectly honest, you guys were all the stupid ones that actually did it.
A police car and ambulance roll up, where a strange individual gets out claiming that he's the real Scoutmaster, and that Lumpus is an imposter who locked him away in a closet and stole his position.
Get the wood chipper. Oh my god, what do you mean?
That's the bad moose who locked me in the closet all summer and stole my job.
Lumpus simply
What is happening? What is going on?
admits that, yeah, it's all true, and he's put into a straitjacket and hauled away to some mental institution. This ending comes completely out of nowhere, and is such a jarring revelation for what is essentially one of the main characters of the series. And it makes it all the more unsettling when rewatching episodes, knowing that this scout leader is actually just some mental patient who's hanging around children.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What do you mean? What do you mean?
We're standing in prickly pines naked, and the moose we thought was our scoutmaster just got hauled off as a deranged lunatic to a funny farm.
But to add another level of oddness to this bizarre situation, is that the character who turns out to be the actual Scoutmaster is actually the character Heifer from the Nickelodeon show, Rocko's Modern
That's a continuation I was not expecting. Oh my god, they are.
Life, be it with a couple of design changes to avoid
Yeah, basically. Oh my god, that's funny.
copyright issues. Why this character of all people? Well, the creator of Camp
It's funny.
Lazlo, Joe Murray, was also the creator of Rocko's Modern Life.
Wait, really? Really? That's cool.
So I guess he wanted to do a little bit of a throwback? I find it insane that this episode actually made it to airing, not just
Why did you show that picture again? Yeah, no, how the hell did this get greenlit? How did this entire plot line get greenlit? What do you mean? What is going on here?
for the questionable plot, not just for the dark twist at the end, but also the fact that they tried using a character from another show that was on a rival network.
True, actually. Hey, the character was like not even a D-list character in the series. It was just like a little Easter egg. They put Easter eggs in shows all the damn time, even from opposite networks and all that. It's not unheard of. It's not unheard of.
The final line of the episode has one of the characters stating,
Okay, I think it just officially got to the point where it can't get any weirder.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
which I guess was technically true, as that was the end of the show. Courage
Fair.
the Cowardly Dog. Courage the Cowardly Dog was
One of the greatest shows just in animation history. One of the greatest shows. Great series. I know I say that so often, but still, like, I need to do like a tier list of everything that I've ever watched. But how do I even begin with that?
also a series that aired on Cartoon Network, which would focus around a dog named Courage, living in the middle of nowhere with his owners Eustace and Muriel, with each episode focusing around a new threat, which Courage would have to save his owners from. The series could get surprisingly dark in places, and that was no different for the final episode, Remembrance of Courage's Past. Throughout the series, we never really got any information on Courage's past other than in the opening credits, where it's told to us that he was abandoned as a puppy before being found by Muriel. But why was he abandoned? Was it neglect? Did he get lost? What happened to his parents?
Buddy.
Well, in this episode, we finally got our answer. The episode begins with Courage noticing a sign for missing dogs on the side of a milk carton, which causes him to have a flashback to his childhood. For the first time in the series, we see Courage's parents. In this flashback, he remembers at how his
You can throw a ball. You can throw a ball. You can catch a ball. And then it's fun. It's fun. It's not hurtful. It's fun.
parents were kidnapped by a creepy bear. This puts Courage into a motionless trance, as not even Eustace scaring him with his iconic mask phases him.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
The two decide to take Courage to the vet, where we see the same veterinarian from
no.
Courage's flashback.
I know just what to do with the dog, but I'd like to have a moment with him alone.
Why?
As Courage flees
Any vet who tries to tell you that, unless it's like, okay, we're going to put your dog under and perform a surgery, you can probably step out now, you would be very concerned. I mean, there might be... I don't like that.
from the vet, we get another flashback which reveals to us that Courage's parents, along with many other dogs, were sent away in a rocket ship so that they could be bred into a super species of space dogs.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Breeding dogs in space is the future.
We cut back to present day to
What
find
do
that
you
the vet is
mean?
now trying to send Courage, Eustace, and Muriel away in the same rocket. Only this time, Courage manages to best the vet and send him off instead.
Good.
Courage has always been a show which had a bit of a dark tone to it, but this episode in particular felt a lot more sinister. Notably with the flashback sequences which had a different aesthetic, along with some janky distorted music. Man, that scene where Courage waves a tearful goodbye to his parents, that hits hard.
Oh my god. I don't remember this episode. Holy crap. I need to rewatch Courage. That would be fun. Oh, buddy.
Though the final flashback does have an incredibly wholesome moment showing where Muriel first discovers Courage.
Oh wow,
and
she looks
takes
so
him away
young.
to live with her.
What
Aw.
courage you have. Would you like to come home with me?
Aw.
The last shot of the
That's cute. That's really cute.
episode shows the vet crash landing on the same planet that he had sent the dogs to, including Courage's parents, where they end
Get him. Get him, kids.
up mauling him off screen. Even though
There ain't no laws on the moon, buddy. Your own damn fault.
the vet receives his comeuppance, the ending still has an overall dark feeling to it, as Courage's parents and the other dogs are still trapped on that strange world, and Courage never got to reunite with them.
No.
I'll call you Courage. We'll have a grand...
Well, in all fairness, like, a lot of dogs, they'll never get a chance to reunite with their family again once they've been adopted by your family and all that, which, if you think about it, is very sad. But at the end of the day, dogs don't have that same, like, familiar bond that humans do. We don't, like, care. They don't care about their family for years and years and decades to come, and then we'll go back and be like, okay, I will take care of mom now because they took care of me, and they gave birth to me as a puppy. Like, they don't care about that. I know that for a fact because I have two dogs in my house. One actually gave birth to the other, and they play like puppies together because there's only a couple year difference, quite honestly, because dogs. But the other thing is like, my puppy will like snap at the mom and be like, "No, get the fuck off me!" Or if she's trying to play at the wrong time, or that sort of thing. They don't care about that. They really don't. So it's sad if you think about it in that regard. But Eustace and Muriel are Courage's parents now. Like they're his family. They're his entire world. It sucks that he's never got a chance to see his real biological parents ever again. But like at the end of the day, it wouldn't matter that much.
Time.
Samurai Jack. I know technically season 5 was darker and aimed at a more adult audience.
True.
But the series as a
This is one of those situations where they realized that the original fan base for Samurai Jack were grown up. So if they were to go back to like the more kiddie version of Samurai Jack that they had in the original state, like all the people coming back would not be able to relate to terribly well. So they brought it back and they were like, we understand who our people are. We're not making this for a bunch of kids. We're going to make this for the people that originally watched it.
whole was initially for general audiences, so I'm going to include it. In season 5 of Samurai Jack, we meet this young girl named Ashi, who was partially created after her mother drank Aku's demon fluid while she was pregnant.
Gross.
Yeah, don't think about it.
Yeah.
This means that part of Ashi is made up of Aku. So when Jack finally manages to travel back to the past and defeat Aku, this means that Ashi would have technically never existed.
Oh.
So she fades away from existence in Jack's arms.
Without a coup, I would have never existed.
This was crushing for Jack, as the two had formed a romantic relationship over the course of the season, which I have my own personal thoughts on, but you can check out my full review for that. So
It was a little weird to try and do. It really was. I'm not going to lie. But I can understand why they were trying to kind of do that. I don't know.
the fact
It
that
was
she
weird.
died right when Jack was set to get his happily ever after, and on their wedding day of all things, really put a dark note on what was supposed to be a celebration of victory. This ending was
Also, why did it take so long? Like, wouldn't it have been like an instant situation? He kills Aku and then bing bam boom, she would have just been like, oh, well, wouldn't that be actually a little bit more correct?
So hated by fans that they actually later retconned it in a secret ending to a video game, where it's revealed that Ashi actually survived. But if you had only watched the show, you probably wouldn't have known about this.
Didn't even know the video game was there, quite honestly.
And so we're left with the somber image of Jack sat alone, mourning her passing.
Honestly, I think it makes more sense. I think it makes more sense for this. And look, I'm the kind of person that thinks that I want there to be a stakes in a story. I want there to be, like, a reason why if things go poorly, like, you do the right thing, but a consequence can happen because of doing the right thing. I like it when the story has the balls to do something, you know, dark and terrible that not everyone is going to like, but it makes sense for the story. Yes, no Aku means no girl. I mean, not the same one. She would have actually still technically been alive, just without the Aku abilities, but everything would have been completely different. But really, like, I think they should have just left it. Audiences be damned, because, like, at the end of the day, it's their story. They should have just stuck to their guns. I don't know. I'm weird that way. I'm weird that way. I've had people get mad at me for my takes on that sort of thing.
Also,
so it's like,
Jack going back and defeating Aku means that this future no longer exists, meaning that everyone in this is most likely being wiped from existence.
Correct.
So, yeah, that's a fun thought.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. History got reset. A whole new timeline is unfolding now. Like, all those people might still kind of be born, but they're going to look completely different or be in a completely different space, and in a way, be in a much better space because of it. Like, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's just all these people that you thought you would, that you made interesting feelings for and, like, have seen, all those guys have been erased because Jack defeated Aku when he was supposed to. Jack got his life back, though, at the end. He lost the love of his life, but he did save the world.
Spider-Man Unlimited. Spider-Man Unlimited was meant to be a loose follow-up to the animated series of the 90s.
Okay.
Only this one mostly takes place on an alternate Earth, which they call Counter-Earth. It's basically the same as normal Earth, only with more furries. Series which are pretty typical.
So, normal Earth.
Spider-Man cartoon. That is until its final episode, Destiny Unleashed. In this, the High Evolutionary, who has been the main antagonist of the series, has started arresting people en masse and demanding that Spider-Man and his Rebel Alliance turn themselves in, otherwise he will start destroying the city bit by bit.
Where will I live?
Do you believe for one moment that I care?
Honestly, based villain. Yeah, that had to probably get clipped out.
Spider-Man tries to fight back, but he and a group of his rebels are captured. However, they are able to escape with the help of Counter-Earth Green Goblin.
Rumors of my demise are greatly exaggerated.
My death was greatly exaggerated.
With their combined efforts, they managed to defeat the High Evolutionary, so all is good and happy, right? Not quite. As during the High Evolutionary's arrests, two other bad guys, Venom and Carnage, are also captured.
Wait, Venom and Carnage?
Venom and Carnage are both symbiotes who...
Look, these little assholes. Why am I seeing like a Beavis and Butthead sort of situation? Just like, back it up for a second, back it up for a second.
Venom and Carnage are also captured.
Okay, I'm just going to mute for a moment. Just put the Beavis and Butthead.
In order to survive. In this case, Eddie and Cletus. During the capture, it appears they got separated, and when Eddie and Cletus are found, they reveal that the symbiote created a failsafe for if this was ever to happen.
It's too late for any of us.
What are you talking about?
Millions of spores will be shot into the atmosphere. All other life to an end.
And that's where the series ends. It was supposed to have this conflict resolved in a following season, but this was never picked up due to a combination of low ratings and increased competition from other shows.
Fair.
So canonically, this is where the series ends, with the spores affecting the whole planet and everyone inhabiting it probably dying as a result.
Well, damn. That's rough. That's rough, buddy.
The world of David the Gnome.
David
The
the
world of
Gnome.
David the Gnome, also known simply as David.
This series has so many like little meme reactions that came out of it, but I've never even heard of it. I knew nothing about this. Didn't even know the name of the series.
David the Gnome is an 80s Spanish animated series which focuses around some gnomes whose job it is to protect the forest and the animals that inhabit it.
Makes
For
sense.
the most part, it's a pretty light-hearted and tame series that you wouldn't bat an eye at. That is until the final episode, where our two main characters die.
Wait, what?
I'm not talking about this being a thing that happens right at the end. Oh no. The whole episode is centered around these two gnomes coming to terms with the fact that they are about to die. Reason being is that according to the show, gnomes typically can't live past 400 years. David's wife Lisa realizes that their time is coming to an end and begins to get upset at the thought of them dying. This is a pretty heavy theme for what was otherwise a really light-hearted show. It's not just the idea that death exists, but the fact that they know their time is coming, and we watch as they both slowly come to terms with their impending mortality.
Yes. I'm sorry. Nothing lasts forever, does it, darling?
During this, they
That's sad and wholesome at the same time. Once again, I like a story that has like these kinds of endings and allow the characters to have, you know, a bittersweet ending sometimes. They're married. They've been together for centuries and all that. And that's all has to come to an end, sadly, but it's the same thing with your parents, right? Like your grandparents and your parents, like at the end of the day, eventually they are going to pass. You're going to pass as well. Like nobody's immortal. At least not yet. We're getting closer and closer to unlocking like humans being able to live longer and longer, but even then, like people get old, people get sick. It happens. And to actually have a kid's story tackling this issue is a much nicer way of letting a kid learn about that than having to actually go through it naturally and then trying to just explain it away like, oh, grandpa went upstate. We probably won't be seeing him ever again, but you know, he's off doing his own thing now. Only for them to learn later that Grandpa passed it in his sleep a few years ago. That sucks. That sucks. Sad.
Release all of their pets back into the wild and say goodbye to all of their friends. The two also receive a letter from their old friend Caspar, who also expresses that he doesn't want to, quote, go on the long journey alone, and so they travel to meet with him before their time comes. This whole episode just has such a morbid feel to it. Like when Lisa talks about packing stuff for the journey and then tearfully recognizes that she won't be needing anything, it's just straight up depressing.
Yeah.
You're right, David. We won't need anything there.
And that music...
Oh, it's bucket list thing, right? You know that your time's coming, so what are the things that you've missed doing throughout your life? What do you want to try to accomplish really quick? What do you want to try to see or do? Have you always wanted to go skydiving but never got the courage? Well, I mean, like, your time's coming anyway. Why not give it a try? Yeah.
Playing as they both look at their home one last time, knowing that they won't be coming back to it. Man, that hurts.
Uh-huh.
They meet up with their friend Caspar and have a final toast to all the people they've met over the years. Eventually they make it to the base of Mountain Beyond, which they intend to be their final resting place, where they say goodbye to their fox friend Swift, who had brought them there. Once at their final resting place, the trio say goodbye to one another, in which David and Lisa give each other one last embrace before passing away and turning into trees. in which Swift gives
That's
one last
cute.
final cry to mourn the passing of his friends. And the episode ends with the ghostly spirits of David and Lisa giving their final goodbye to the audience.
Aww. And they lived on, right? They've got their memorial. They've got their trees. That's cute. That's really nice. That's really nice.
I'm telling you, as a grown adult, this was a tough watch.
Yeah.
So I couldn't possibly imagine.
Like I'm just watching like a little synopsis of this. I'm like, man, this is kicking me in the gut.
Imagine what it must have been like for the unsuspecting children who were watching this at the time. But in saying that, I do think the concept of death is an important lesson to be showcased towards children. And with the characters in this essentially just dying from old age, it will probably hit home for adults just as much as it will.
And showing them going peacefully and happily at the end too. Like this is a very good way to message it to the kids. Like they're gone, but they're still happy. They're still together. And you can still see them by going to their tree. It's nice that way. It's a nice thing. Sorry. I'm doing
Kids. I did think at one point the show was going to try and backpedal on this, as Lisa does mention that some gnomes have been known to live past 400 years.
But there was that couple in the Balkans who lived 550 years.
So I thought that was going to be a possible way out for the writers. And we've seen this in other shows before, where it looks as though a character is going to die, the whole episode builds up to it, and then something miraculous happens at the end and it all works out just fine. But no, here they stuck to their guns, and I respect that. And
me too.
Hey, at least at the end the fox manages to find some tail, so, you know, it's not all a sad ending.
Damn it! God damn it.
And before we get to the number one spot, I thought I would also give some quick honorable mentions.
Sure.
These are shows that had incredibly dark season endings, but they weren't the series finales.
Okay.
Though they very well could have been, as getting a season renewal was not always guaranteed.
Be continued.
Ed and Eddie. The original end of the show was going to be season 4, where in the final episode it is revealed that all the adventures we've seen the Eds been on throughout the series were nothing more than dreams from Eddie, who was an old man in the future.
Oh. It was all just stories? Memories from the past? We really are old!
Shaolin showed.
I mean, that's not really dark. It's just kind of, natural progression. It was a bit of a funny situation.
Season 1 ends with Raimundo betraying the Shaolin dragons, helping the evil witch Wuya achieve her living form, effectively ending all life on the planet.
Whoops. But then they were like, okay, never mind, we got a season 2, let's fix that.
Beast Wars. Season 2 ends with Megatron effectively killing Optimus Prime, causing the events in history to change, as without Optimus Prime, the Decepticons end up winning the war, and the Maximals cease to exist.
The Autobots lose, and you no longer exist!
Oh,
Courage
jeez.
the Cowardly Dog. Again. Season 1 ends with Muriel and Eustace getting turned into puppets, effectively dead, with Courage then taking them home.
Oh, don't worry, they've been through worse and they've gotten better.
And operating them to recreate their normal day-to-day lives.
Oh no!
The things I do for love!
Jesus!
Marcelino. Season 1
What
ends
is this?
with Marcelino asking Jesus if he can reunite with his long-lost mother. It turns out that his mother had died, and so the season ends with Marcelino also dying so that he can be with her once more.
Wait, what?
This ending was deemed so
The fuck? The fuck? That's messed up!
traumatizing for kids that they made another season a few years later, in which Marcelino is revived, basically treating the whole thing as a dream.
I think Marcelino has found his mother at last, and he is happy.
Uh-huh.
And
okay, yeah, no, that's not a... Okay, let's do with that. Game overing yourself is not actually a good lesson for the children. No, that's not a good one. I don't like that.
now for the number one darkest ending to a TV show, It's got to be Dinosaurs.
Valid.
The show which not only killed off its main cast, but also the entire planet.
Mm-hmm.
The final episode, titled Changing Nature, revolves around the world waiting for the annual return of the bunch beetles. This year, however, they are nowhere to be seen. The reason being is that a wax fruit factory has been built on their old mating grounds, and all of the beetles have been fumigated. At first, it doesn't seem to be too much of a big deal, until the world starts getting overrun with an infestation of cider poppy plants, a plant in which the beetles' young would normally eat.
Ew.
So as a quick fix solution, Earl decides to produce a pesticide to wipe out the plant. The pesticide is released en masse, and does indeed manage to kill off the cider poppies. But unfortunately it works a little too well, and kills off all other plant life on the planet too.
Oh! Whoopsie daisies! That's a little,
In order to get the plants to grow back, they decide to manually alter the weather in order to make it rain. And to do that, they decide to produce clouds by bombing all of the Earth's volcanoes. This causes volcanic...
Oh! I think this entire episode is basically just like a message against like the progress of civilization, right? Like humans are one of the creatures that alter the state of being of the planet the most easily. The next one after that is a beaver. But like humans, we will go in and we'll be like, oh, this is a nice spot for this thing. Well, turns out that was the breeding ground for this thing. Without that creature being around now, this thing is now going a little crazy. And because that thing's going a little crazy, now we're going to have to try to figure this out. So we try and like engineer that, and we over-engineer. Now we have a whole new problem, so let's make a whole new problem. Then we just keep on going over and over and over again. It's very similar to like what happened in Australia with the frogs. They wanted sugar, so they started planting sugars. Well, there's a type of bug that eats the leaves, and they also make larvae that eat the roots. So that's a problem for the sugar. So they brought in these sugar toad or cane toads or something like that. But the damn things are too fat to be able to jump up and eat the things. So now they have a massive population of toads where their entire ecosystem has no idea how to deal with them, because guess what? They're poisonous, but not a good type of poison. So now they're everywhere, and it's a whole problem, and the government is just like, here, have a bounty.
And it gases to block out the sun, resulting in a massive drop in global temperatures. The news report declares that the gases will likely block out the sun for at least 10,000 years, effectively kicking off an ice age. Earl finally realizes the error of his ways, but it's too little too late, and the family huddle together inside whilst the snow begins to set in.
At the end of the day, it's not your fault, bud, because like you were just a dude. I can't remember the series all that too well. Mainly because, well, I was extremely young when this came out, and I never actually got a chance to watch it. I think I was a little creeped out by the animatronic or the puppet designs of all the characters. But like, he gives me like a Homer Simpson kind of vibe, right? Where he's just like a part-time worker or a full-time worker on an assembly line sort of idea. He's your dad. He's a dad. He's just a dad. So the fact that the entire world basically listened to him and made a gigapesticide that killed the entire planet, yeah, fair enough. That's kind of their fault. They listened to a random dad instead of listening to actual scientists. Or have scientists try and do a little bit of an understanding of what the hell they were doing.
The episode ends with the camera panning away from the snowed-in house, as the final news report declares a future of darkness and extreme cold. And the news reporter's final words as he signs off are, good night and goodbye.
This is Howard Handupme. Good night. Goodbye.
Man,
damn.
Talk about utterly depressing. Especially with the fact that our main character is having to explain it to a naive child who can't comprehend that they're all gonna die.
Not the mama.
What's gonna happen to us?
Well, I don't exactly know.
Interestingly though, when this episode was first being conceived, it was never planned to be the series finale, but was later written to be after the showrunners found out that the series was being cancelled, as stated in a 2015 interview with the associate producer Kirk Thatcher. Quote, "The strange thing about that was that we hadn't intended it to be the last episode. We sort of just wrote it as just another episode that we could potentially use as an ending. But then we found out that we were cancelled, we turned the episode into a finale as it aired. I suppose in a series about dinosaurs, it does kind of make sense that they would all end up dying a horrible death, taking notes land before time, but it's still an incredibly tough and saddening watch."
Dinosaurs have been on this earth for 150 million years. And it's not like we're going to just disappear.
I also love how this episode has
you're going to become a whale.
a 9+ age rating, not for the dark, depressing, apocalyptic tone of it all, but for tobacco usage. Smoking kills, folks.
It's bad for your health, and it stains your teeth, so don't be a fool. Smoking isn't cool.
So yeah, that was my pick for shows which I think had the darkest of endings. But let me know what you think in the comments. Did you watch any of these when you were growing up?
I watched a few of them.
They affected you? And do you have any other shows that you feel I missed out on? Let me know below. And until the next one, guys, take care.
This was a really good series. Like, oh my god, that was so good. Steve Reviews, good freaking job. Instant subscribe, instant like. Make sure you guys go do the same thing. Go check out Steve Reviews. Go check out the original video. Like, this was such a good bit of information. Like, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This was very enlightening. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hey, did you enjoy that? Was it funny? Well, come and check it out live over at twitch.tv/freeform_art. Make sure you put the _art. We have lots of fun there. We enjoy ourselves, and we want to see you over there. So come on and hang out. See you in a bit.